I'm Conor Tee. I'm 24 years old and I play for Hillside. It was quite unique actually. So I was speaking to a good friend of mine, and after a few conversations with him, he noticed that I would benefit from someone like Mars. So what he did, he initially reached out to Mars and said that I'd be interested in having a chat. So me and Mars, then we had that initial call, and straight away from having that call with Mars, I knew this is something that I needed and what could help propel my career. It was a very enjoyable experience that ran smoothly for me. All the worksheets, the videos, they helped me massively along the journey. I learned a number of things, but the ones that stuck out to me are confidence, self-belief, mind talk and self-talk, um, and also being able to deal with pressure was massive. I really enjoyed the videos, going through the videos, and there's a lot of videos in there where you listen to different athletes, whether that be a footballer, tennis player, basketball player, and some of their journeys and the different techniques and tools um, that they use in their everyday life and in their games. So little things like that to take away that I can use definitely helped, and as well the calls with Miles, um, they were great for me to be able to share my experience with him, and also Miles could share his personal experiences with me. So there's a couple of things. So just revisiting past experience that I had, whether that had been 3, 4, 5 years ago, that maybe I'd never really touched on before with anybody else. So it was good to just get that off my chest and um, really speak about it, because I felt like I was maybe holding on to that, whether that be anger, frustration, um, whether I knew it or not, it was holding me back a little bit. Um, and also that I touched on previously, the mind talk and self talk, that was something that um, I struggled with quite a lot, but now I know how to manage it through the tools and techniques that I've developed through Mars's program. It's helped me so much. Um, just when I'm in the game now, whether it be training or in the game, I know how to deal with negative self talk or mind talk. I know what direction to push it into, and to make sure that I don't just let it feed into me and be a part of me. Just making sure that I understand that negative mind talk is going to happen, but it's the way in which I respond to it is the most important thing. There's a few techniques that I use, and like I say, when I have that negative self talk that comes in, I either choose to accept it or not. And for me, when it does come, I know that it's normal. It's not something that just happens to me. It will happen to loads of different players. But I've learnt now that I can accept it, and not I know that that's not just me. And for the way in which I try and deal with it now is to change that negative into a positive. So that's whether that's the way I speak to myself in that moment, making sure that I concentrate on my next action, or just brush it off in my head. That's the big thing for me to make sure I stay present, because I felt like in the past I could, without me, well, now that I've done the work, I probably realised that there were certain points in the game that when that negative self talk did come in, that I might lose myself for a few moments, whether that be 10, 20 seconds. Now that doesn't really have an effect on me. So as soon as that happens, I have that shift in mindset where it's gone, and it's not something that just stays with me throughout the game, because the more I do that, the longer I'm out of the game for. So the breath work and meditation yoga, that was, so I've done a lot of yoga before working with Mars, so I knew that had the benefits that had, but the meditation and breath work was all new to me, and it helped me to calm my mind and body down, and again stay present in the moment. So that was really, they were all really enjoyable experiences for me. You can implement them both before and after a game, or just throughout your week, whether that be after training when you have some time. Um, I feel like for me, it didn't really matter when I done it. I always found the benefits. I like to do it a day before a game. If I had done this work now, maybe 3 4 years ago, um, it definitely would have helped me, because the main reason why I wanted to work with Mars was because I was experiencing the same patterns, and I feel like these patterns have been with me for the past 4 or 5 years from when I can remember. So if I could have shifted that 3 or 4 years ago, that could have changed the trajectory of my career. But now I'm grateful that I have the tools and techniques going forward now for the rest of my career that I've developed with Mars. Um, I'm sure now I can continue to push on and elevate my career. And my transformation from when I first started with Mars, I would say I felt a little bit flat with football, um, and even away from football, where I wasn't I wasn't quite myself. I was playing within myself, but now I can openly say that I've got that confidence back, that self belief back. That I know I have. I knew I already had a lot to give, but now I really believe it, and it's showing in my game. So long may it continue. There's many reasons that I could say that why I would recommend Mars program, but for me for me especially, I feel like a lot of us players, I know me especially, I've worked a lot physically on my game, but not so much mentally. And I think it's a massive part of the game that some of us may not be quite aware how important it is. But from me doing this 12-week program now, I've realised just how important it is and how much it can have an impact on your career. Um, and I mean, the benefits that you'll see from start to finish, there, it's hard to put into words. So for me, I would highly recommend it to any player, whatever level you're at. It doesn't matter. You can. There's always so much more that you can give from within. Three key takeaways that I would take away from me throughout the program is, it's a quote that one that Mars has said, and life happens for you, not to you. So that was one that will definitely stick with me. Also, um, to just embrace your journey, to just enjoy the process, and everyone's everyone's journey is unique to them. So I've realised that I've got to stay positive where I am right now, and take each day as it comes and enjoy the process. And also uh, to just have that self belief and confidence, always have that with me. And I think another big thing for me was remembering why I started. That was probably one of the most powerful things about working with Mars, is thinking about why I started playing football, um, as a little boy who had a dream, to always hold on to that no matter what. Final message to Mars is, thank you for everything you've done for me over the past 12 weeks. Um, there's so much I could say to thank you. It's been a great journey and one I've enjoyed thoroughly. From following the 12-week program to having our calls, you've always been there for me, always checking up on me, whether it be before a game, dropping me a message, or after, asking me how it's gone. I mean, it's meant a lot for these past 12 weeks, and I enjoy working with you throughout the rest of my career. I've definitely unleashed the player and the man within.